The rain hit the zinc roof so hard, it sounded like the house was being torn apart. Amara stood at the door, soaked, her fingers clenched tightly around a small suitcase. Before she could knock again, the door creaked open. Her mother froze. For a moment, neither of them spoke. "Mama," Amara said, her voice steady, almost too steady. The older woman's lips trembled. "Amara, is that really you?" Amara didn't step inside. "I won't stay," she said. "I just came to say something." Her mother moved closer, eyes already filling with tears. "Come in first. You're drenched. Let me—" "No," Amara shook her head. "You've done enough." The words hung heavy between them. A flash of lightning cut across the sky. "You don't get to call me your daughter anymore." Silence. The rain swallowed everything else. And just like that, Amara turned and walked away into the storm. But it hadn't always been like this. There was a time when Amara used to run into that same house with laughter. A time when she believed her mother was her biggest supporter. A time before everything broke. Back then, Amara was the pride of the neighborhood. "Your daughter is brilliant," her teacher would say. "She's going places," the neighbors would whisper. Even relatives would nod in approval. "This one will lift the family name." Amara would blush, shy but happy. She worked hard, studied late into the night, and always came first in her class. Her mother Ngozi would smile whenever people praised her. But it was never a full smile. "Don't let it get into your head," she would say once they were alone. "I won't, Mama," Amara would reply quickly. "Because pride comes before a fall," her mother would add, her tone sharp enough to dim the joy. Still, Amara didn't think much of it. She believed her mother just wanted her to stay humble. One evening, after a school award ceremony,
Amara ran home, clutching her certificate. "Mama, I got first place again," she shouted, bursting into the room. Ngozi looked up from where she sat. She said. Amara's smile faded slightly. "They said I might get a scholarship someday." Ngozi stood slowly. "Might?" she repeated. "Yes, Mama, if I keep doing well." "Nothing is guaranteed," her mother cut in. "People talk too much." Amara hesitated. "But my teacher said—" "Your teacher is not God," Ngozi snapped. The room went quiet. Amara lowered her gaze. "Okay, Mama." Ngozi watched her for a moment, then turned away. "Go and cook. Your younger cousins are coming." That night, as Amara stirred the pot in the kitchen, her excitement slowly faded into something else. Something quieter. Something uncertain. It started small. Little comments. Little moments. But they added up. "Why are you always reading?" Ngozi would complain. "Do you think life is only about books?" "I just want to do well," Amara would say. "And what if you fail?" her mother would fire back. "What will you have left?" Amara didn't have an answer. Over time, she began to second-guess herself. Before speaking in class, she would hesitate. Before celebrating a win, she would downplay it. And every time she looked at her mother, she searched for approval she never quite received. Then came the opportunity that changed everything. Or should have. Amara was 17 when her school announced an international scholarship program. Only one student would be selected. Her teacher called her after class. "Amara," he said, smiling, "you are our top candidate." Her heart skipped. "Me?" "Yes, your results, your essays, everything is outstanding." Amara could barely breathe. "What do I need to do?" We'll submit your application. Just make sure you're ready if they contact you. That evening, she ran home again, just like she used to as a child. Mama, she called, breathless. There's a scholarship. Ngozi looked up, her expression unreadable. A big one, Amara continued. My teacher said I have a strong chance.
Ngozi's eyes narrowed slightly. Abroad? Yes, Mama. It could change everything. For who? Ngozi asked quietly. Amara blinked. For us. Ngozi let out a dry laugh. So you'll leave me here alone? No, that's not what I mean. You think you're better than this house now? Ngozi's voice rose. Amara stepped back. Mama, I just want to study.
Mama,
And abandon your family?
Study.
I would never abandon
Please,
you.
Mama.
People always say that before they leave, Ngozi said coldly. Amara felt her chest tighten. Please, Mama, this is a good
Please,
thing.
Mama.
Ngozi stared at her for a long moment.
Please,
Then
Mama.
she forced a smile. If it comes, we'll see, she said. Amara nodded slowly. She wanted to believe that meant support. Days turned into weeks. Amara checked the mailbox every morning. She refreshed her email whenever she could. She waited and waited. Then one afternoon, she came home to find her mother sitting quietly. There's food in the kitchen, Ngozi said without looking up. Mama, any letter?
Mama, any letter?
Amara asked. Ngozi shook her head. Nothing came.
Mama, any letter?
Amara swallowed. Maybe tomorrow. Ngozi didn't respond. The next day, Amara's teacher called her aside again.
Did you receive the
Did
email?
you receive the email? He asked. Her heart dropped.
Did you receive the email?
What email? He frowned. The scholarship board sent acceptance letters 2 days ago. Amara's ears rang. Acceptance? Yes, you were selected, Amara. Congratulations. The world tilted. I didn't get anything, she whispered.
That's strange, he said. Check again. Maybe it went to spam. Amara rushed home, her hands shaking. Mama, she called. Did anyone come here? Any message? Anything at all? Ngozi didn't look surprised. No, she said simply. Amara stared at her. My teacher said I was selected. Ngozi finally looked up. And? She asked. Amara's voice trembled. And I didn't get the message. Ngozi shrugged. Then maybe they changed their mind. That doesn't make sense. Life doesn't always make sense, Ngozi replied calmly. Amara felt something crack inside her. Are you sure nothing came? She asked,
you sure
her
nothing
voice
came?
barely audible. Ngozi met her eyes. Nothing came, she repeated. And that was the moment everything began to fall apart. Amara stopped checking her email, stopped talking about her dreams, stopped believing she was meant for anything bigger. Weeks later, she heard that another student had taken the scholarship. Someone less qualified. Someone who had simply received the opportunity she never did. One night, she sat quietly in the dark. Mama, she said softly. Yes, maybe I'm not as good as they said. Ngozi didn't answer immediately. Then she said, it's better you learn that now than later. Amara nodded slowly. Maybe you're right. And from that moment on, she started shrinking herself, piece by piece, dream by dream, until there was almost nothing left.
Amara stopped raising her hand in class. Even when she knew the answers, she stayed quiet, eyes fixed on her notebook, as if speaking would expose something she was no longer sure she had. Her teacher noticed. Amara, he called one afternoon.
Amara, what's going on with you?
She forced
Nothing,
a small
sir.
smile.
Nothing, sir. You used to lead discussions.
Amara, what's going
Now
on
you
with
barely
you?
speak. I'm just
Nothing,
tired.
sir.
He studied her carefully. This isn't about being tired.
Amara, what's going
Did
on
something
with
happen?
you?
Amara
Nothing,
hesitated,
sir.
then shook her head. No, sir. He sighed.
No, sir.
You had one of the brightest futures I've seen. Don't let anything derail you. She nodded politely, but his words no longer sparked anything inside her. That fire had gone out. At home, things became quieter. Not peaceful, just empty. Mama, I'll be late today, Amara said one morning. Where are you going? Ngozi asked. Extra lessons. For what? Her mother replied sharply. Didn't you say you're not as good as you thought? Amara paused. I just want to try, she said softly. Ngozi scoffed. Try for what? Another disappointment? Amara looked down. Okay, Mama. She didn't go to the extra lessons. She stopped trying. Months passed. The girl who once dreamed of leaving the country to study became someone who avoided even talking about the future. Relatives began to notice. What happened to Amara? One aunt asked during a visit. She used to be so lively. Ngozi shrugged. Books don't always translate to real life. Amara sat quietly in the corner, pretending not to hear. Then one evening, her mother called her. Come here, Ngozi said. Amara walked into the room. Yes, Mama? There's a man who is interested in you. Amara blinked.
A man?
A man?
Yes. His name
Yes,
is Chinedu.
his name is Chinedu.
He's stable.
He's stable. He has a job. Amara's heart began to race. Mama, I'm only 18.
Mama, I'm only 18.
So,
do you want to sit
Ngozi
here doing
replied.
nothing with your life?
Do you want to sit here doing nothing with your life?
Mama, I'm only 18.
I could
do you
still
want
go
to
to
sit here doing
university.
nothing with your
I
life?
could still go to
With
university.
what money?
You're
Ngozi
Mama,
cut in.
I'm only 18.
And for
So
what?
do you want
So
to
you
sit
can
here doing
fail
nothing with
again?
your life?
I could still go to university.
Amara
You're
swallowed
already-
hard. I won't fail.
Ngozi leaned forward. You already did. The words hit like a slap. Amara's voice trembled. Mama, please, just give me time. Ngozi shook her head. Time is not on your side. This is a good opportunity. I don't want to get married now,
I don't
Amara
want to
said,
get married now.
her voice barely holding together. Ngozi's expression hardened. You don't want? Since when did you start deciding what you want? Amara felt her chest tighten. It's my life. And I gave you that life, Ngozi snapped. You think you know better than me? Tears filled Amara's eyes.
I want more.
Enough.
I
You're
want
embarrassing
more.
yourself.
Yes.
Ngozi laughed bitterly. More? You had your chance. You lost it. I didn't lose it, Amara cried. Something went wrong. Enough, Ngozi shouted. You're embarrassing yourself. The room fell silent. Amara wiped her tears slowly. So that's it? She whispered. You're just gonna decide everything for me? Ngozi didn't hesitate. Yes. Something inside Amara broke again. This time, deeper. Days later, Chinedu came to visit. He was polite, respectful, but Amara barely spoke. Do you like him? Ngozi asked after he left. Amara stared ahead. It doesn't matter what I like. Ngozi nodded. Good. Then we understand each other. The wedding was small, quiet. Amara stood there, repeating vows she didn't feel, her voice distant, like it belonged to someone else. After the ceremony, a friend pulled her aside. Are you okay? She asked. Amara forced a smile. I'm fine. You don't look fine.
I said I'm
I'm
fine.
fine, Amara repeated, her tone sharper than she intended. Her friend stepped back. Okay. Amara watched her walk away. Then she whispered to herself, I'm fine. But she wasn't. Marriage didn't fix anything. It only made the emptiness louder.
Chinedu tried,
in his own way.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, he said one night. You're always quiet. There's nothing to say,
Talk to
Amara
me.
replied.
You're always quiet.
That's not true. Everyone has something to say. Amara looked at him.
Talk to me.
Not me?
Not me.
He frowned. Did I do something wrong? No. Then what is it? She hesitated, then shook her head. It's nothing. He sighed. You keep saying that. Because she didn't know how to explain something she didn't fully understand herself. Years passed. Amara adapted. Not happily, but quietly. She did what was expected. Cooked, cleaned, smiled when necessary. But the spark never returned. Meanwhile, Ngozi began to notice something she hadn't expected. Silence. The house felt different without Amara. Empty, in a way that wasn't peaceful. She would sit alone sometimes, staring at the walls, at old photos, at memories she didn't fully understand anymore. One afternoon, she overheard two women talking outside. That girl was brilliant, one said. She could have gone far. What happened? The other asked. I heard she just gave up. And Ngozi felt something twist in her chest. She didn't give up, she muttered under her breath. But the words didn't sound convincing. That night, she picked up an old file, Amara's school records, certificates, awards. She flipped through them slowly. Her hands trembled. She was just a child, she whispered. Then she stopped, because a thought crossed her mind, one she had been avoiding for years. She stood up abruptly and went to her room, locked the door, opened a drawer she hadn't touched in a long time. And there it was, the letter, folded, hidden, untouched. Her breath caught. No, she whispered. Her hand shook as she opened it. The words stared back at her. Acceptance, opportunity, a future. All the things she had taken away.
Ngozi staggered back, dropping onto the bed. What have I done? She whispered.
What have I done?
Her mind replayed everything. Amara's excitement, her questions, her doubt. That night, that moment. I didn't think, Ngozi murmured, tears spilling down her face. But deep down, she knew that wasn't true. She had thought about it. She had chosen. And now, the weight of that choice crashed down on her. I ruined her, she said, her voice breaking. The realization was unbearable. But it was real. And it was too late to pretend otherwise. The next morning, Ngozi couldn't sit still. She paced the house, picked up her phone, put it down, picked it up again. Finally, she dialed Amara's number. It rang and rang, then went unanswered. Ngozi swallowed hard. She tried again. This time, Amara picked up. Hello? Her voice was calm, distant. Amara, Ngozi said, her voice trembling. Silence. Then,
Yes? I need to talk to you. A pause. About what? Ngozi's throat tightened. Please, just listen. Another pause. Then Amara said quietly, I'm listening. Ngozi's hands shook. I made a mistake, she began. Amara didn't respond. A big mistake. Still nothing. Ngozi took a shaky breath. That scholarship, the one you were waiting for? Amara's voice cut in, sharp and sudden. What about it? Ngozi closed her eyes. I got the letter. Silence. Heavy. Dangerous. And? Amara asked slowly. Ngozi's voice broke. I hid it. The line went completely quiet. For a few seconds, there was no sound on the line, not even breathing. Then Amara spoke.
The letter.
Say that again? Her voice was low, controlled. Too controlled. Ngozi swallowed hard. I hid the letter. Why? Amara asked. One word, but it carried years of pain. Ngozi's lips trembled. I don't know. Don't lie to me, Amara snapped. The sudden force in her voice made Ngozi flinch. I'm not lying, she said quickly. I was afraid. Afraid of what? That you would leave me, Ngozi whispered. A bitter laugh came from the other end. So you destroyed my life instead? Ngozi broke down. I didn't think it would go this far. But it did, Amara said, her voice shaking now. It did, Mama. The word Mama sounded different. Not warm, not loving. Just a habit she hadn't broken yet. You watched me suffer, Amara continued. You watched me blame myself. Ngozi covered her mouth, sobbing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry? Amara repeated. Do you even understand what you did? I know I was wrong. You lied to me, Amara cut in. You looked me in the eyes and lied. Ngozi had no answer. I kept asking you, Amara went on. I kept hoping maybe something went wrong. Maybe it wasn't my fault. Her voice cracked. And all that time, it was you. Ngozi's chest felt like it was collapsing. Please, please forgive me. Another silence. Longer this time. Then Amara spoke again. Softer, but far more dangerous. Do you know what that scholarship meant to me? Ngozi shook her head, even though Amara couldn't see her. No. It was my way out. Amara said, my chance to become something. Tears rolled down her face. I worked for it. I believed in it. Ngozi whispered, I know. No, Amara said immediately. You don't know. Her voice rose. You don't know what it felt like to think I wasn't good enough, to think I failed, to sit in that darkness and accept it. Ngozi couldn't breathe. I stopped dreaming, Amara said. Do you hear me? I stopped dreaming. I'm sorry, Ngozi repeated weakly. Stop saying that, Amara shouted. The line went quiet again. When Amara spoke next, her voice was calmer, but colder. You didn't just take an opportunity from me, she said. You took my confidence, my future, my life. Ngozi felt those words settle into her bones. Heavy. Permanent. I can't undo it, she whispered. No, you can't. Another pause. Then Ngozi said, let me make it right. Amara laughed again, but there was no humor in it. How? She asked. Tell me how you want to fix years of damage. Ngozi had no answer. I can't go back, Amara continued. I can't undo the choices I made because I believed your lie. Her voice softened slightly. I got married because I thought I had nothing else. Ngozi closed her eyes in pain. I stayed small because I thought that was all I deserved. I never wanted that for you, Ngozi said, tears streaming down her face.
But that's what you created, Amara replied. The truth hung between them. Sharp. Unavoidable. After a while, Ngozi spoke again. "Can I see you?" she asked. A long silence followed. Then Amara said, "No." The word was simple. Final. "Please," Ngozi begged. "Just once." Another pause. Then Amara sighed. "One time," she said. "That's all." Ngozi's heart lifted slightly. "Thank you." "But don't expect anything," Amara added. The call ended. Days later, they stood face to face again. That same doorway. That same house. But everything else had changed. Ngozi stepped forward. "Amara." Amara didn't move. She looked different. Stronger. But distant. "I'm sorry," Ngozi said immediately. "I've had time to think and I don't," Amara cut in. Ngozi stopped. "Don't give me speeches," Amara said. "Just tell me one thing. Anything." Amara looked straight into her eyes.
Were you ever proud of me? The question hit harder than anything else. Ngozi's mouth opened, closed, opened again. "Of course I was," she said finally. Amara shook her head slowly. "No," she said. "I don't think you were." "That's not true." "Then why did you always make me feel small?" Amara asked. Ngozi had no answer. "You never celebrated me," Amara continued. "You never believed in me." "I did." "No," Amara said firmly. "You didn't." Tears filled Ngozi's eyes again. "I was afraid," she repeated. Amara nodded slowly. "I know." Ngozi looked up, surprised. "You were afraid I would become something you want," Amara said. The words landed like a confession. Ngozi's silence confirmed it. "I was your daughter," Amara said, "not your competition." Ngozi broke down completely. "I see that now." "But I needed you to see it then," Amara replied. Silence. "I can't change the past," Ngozi said weakly. Amara took a small step back. "I know." "Then what happens now?" Ngozi asked. Amara looked at her for a long moment. Then she spoke. "I move on." The words were calm, but final. "And me?" Ngozi asked, her voice barely audible. Amara hesitated. Then she said, "You live with it." Ngozi felt something inside her collapse. "I don't hate you," Amara added quietly. Ngozi looked up quickly. "But I can't be close to you," Amara continued. "Not after this." Tears streamed down Ngozi's face. "I understand," she whispered. Amara nodded once, then turned. "Mama," Ngozi called weakly. Amara paused, but she didn't turn back. "Yes." Ngozi's voice broke. "I'm proud of you." Amara stood still for a second. Then she said softly, "You're late."
and she walked away. This time, she didn't look back. Ngozi stood there long after she was gone. The house felt colder, quieter, heavier. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. Ngozi tried calling again. No answer. She sent messages. No reply. She visited once. The door wasn't opened. And slowly, the reality settled in. This was her punishment. Not anger, not revenge, just distance. One evening, she sat alone, holding Amara's old certificates again. Her fingers traced the edges. Her tears fell freely. She was everything, Ngozi whispered. And I destroyed it. The silence didn't respond. It never did. Because regret doesn't fix anything. It only reminds you, over and over again, of what you can never undo. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Because sometimes, the people closest to us shape our lives the most. For better or worse.
Storyverse.
And if you were Amara,
Like,
would you have
comment,
forgiven your mother?
subscribe.
Tell us in the
More
comments section.
powerful
Would you
stories
still
await.
regard her as your mother?